So Gomora is about the land issue. It speaks closely about the land, and it was inspired by the burning issue about land redistribution law, which puts every South African into a limelight, hot seat, I must say. Elders of the land, I know in your eyes I remain to be a stranger, an enemy, but I want to be a friend. What makes this piece so nice is that the story has been retold from, let's say, third generation who's now been told by the spirits trapped in a cave. And now he's retracing his identity and what happened, and through the trauma of the fear that the war that has happened, and now he's working in the world, in the land that used to be owned by his ancestors. Then the heavens' tears fell down from the heavens, flooding many homes, and a woman who carried a beautiful soul in her belly stepped into this very caves with an old man with hair so white as the clouds. In a moment of her labor, a thunder struck and the water broke. Ah! Is on the
So right now, the style that we are using, because the show is more ritualistic, we have physical style, and we also really use more of symbols, and we also work around poetry, so it's a prose poetry whereby the narrator, as the character who is now telling the story to the audience, is actually a tour guider, but at this point in time he goes and visits the world where everything happened, and he sees all these things, and he becomes the characters at the same time, then come back to himself again in the space that he's at the museum with the people that he's guiding them into the tour and everything like that. So yeah, it's lyrical and poetry and physical. We fused everything. We're just trying to put all together the puzzles that are there and trying to find that missing puzzle.
Mostly we're not using a large set. We're using a bare stage with a couple of blocks and then a few lighting stage and sound. So we're using the wordplay, wordplay within in poetry form, so in lyrical prose. So it helps the audience to listen, and it sparks an imagination journey for them to paint their own interpretation of the world. Their glowing skin, as if they were not exposed to the extreme sun ray, was not the only thing that captured us, but their long strip of hair that is moved by the breeze of the midnight hour didn't allow us to blink. Their eyes, blue as the ocean and some green as the everlands we know. Tswam! 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 Mlindeli! Tswam! Bugani! And amongst them, a tall lady with green eyes, with hair not long as theirs, neither short as ours. Her skin not pale as theirs, neither dark as ours, but stands between the looming light of a candle, as if the sun ray, and she spoke in our language, like she was one of us, Caesar Moko. Yeah.
There's always something that inspires us.
Yeah.
Well, should we really mention the show?
Yeah, I think we
The
should.
show?
Yeah, because what really first we did something with James Noble when we were doing first year. Yeah, we did a lot of research and some of the things were not put into the production as any device work, you know. But we discovered ourselves within that journey, and we're like, yo, there's so much we can talk about. We didn't know, as like any youth people don't care about this kind of political things or historical tales, and we realize how the disposition has affected you to this current time. So it inspired me closely, Milk and Honey by James Ngobo, written by Dominic Kagumende and choreographed by Nhlanhla Mahlangu. Then later on I watched The Dying Screams of a Moon, which was done at the market by John Gunn as well. It has that issue about land as well. So it brought that thing that it's still a current affair issue. Our rock to hide on, as we did with this very cage that became our refuge. The dwarf, our refuge. That's the first.